Welcome! This is Alfie.
And Joy!
And finally, Dai, this is our episode 13.
Yes, Dai. Finally, good, Dai. Naka-move on na good, sa atong previous episode, which is sexual health.
Yes, Dai. Move on na taan ng mga uwag-uwag na ito ng mga generation.
Truly, Dai. Truly good. So, for today's episode, Dai, entitled, Why No is a Yes.
Diba? Walang patumpik-tumpik pa. Very nice topic to be discussed.
Indeed, good, Dai. So, Dai, what can you say about like any false belief or stigma if you hear the word no?
Dai, unsay stigma, Dai?
So, Dai, magpalaban lang kung dictionary ani, no? According to Merriam-Webster, stigma is a set of negative or unfair beliefs that a society or group of people have about something.
Diba? Huwag na pong ko kasabot, joke. Bitaw ka ng murag connotation nga bati, no? Sa usapan. Pero di gyud siya bati ba? I think people, they will always connote no as something that is so negative. Like, if I can recall, to all the no's that I've done in my life, it paved my way to be able to reach my aspirations in life. Di ba yan, no? I learned to be matured and develop a sense of happiness that myself will be proud of. Like, it's not, a no is not really a negative one. Like, I can relate. I say no to all the vices like drugs and sex in my younger years. And I say no to avoid toxic people that would help me mature as an individual. I say no to feedbacks that from people who doesn't really care about me. So in such a way, no is not really a negative one. But sometimes it helps you to become a positive person and matured enough. Di ba, Day? Ikaw, Day?
So, to add on lang, Day, no? Like, if you say no to something or to someone, they will say that you ruin the vibes or nega kay ka nga pagkatao. For example, if a group of friends invited you to a night out, like a party with alcohol involved, and you said no, they get disappointed and like their treatment to you is different. Or if you go out with them and you don't drink or refuse to drink, they get upset and will not talk to you. That's why some people cave in, even if it's against their will, because they don't want others to have an impression of them that they are what quote unquote killjoy. Like their definition of friendship, for example, is simply saying yes to what they want you to do, which I don't think it's healthy.
Correct. Sakto ka, Day.
So, Day, why is it okay to say no? In general, like for example, whether it's your career, friendship, or your dreams or aspiration in life.
As I learned through the years, saying no sometimes is the best decision that myself was so happy and I am proud of. Like, younger years, gitrain magbuta sa atong parents that yes lang yun permi, no? Kanang bisag awkward na kayo na situation. Like, for example, simple as na ay bisita sa inyong balay. If na mo bisita sa inyong balay, dapat mo gawas gid mo kay, diba, respeto. So, mo yes na lang, bisag kay baw ka nga, hindi mo feel awkward kaayo kay kung di ka mo gawas sa balay kay lain na kayo ka nga pagkaanak. And na nga mga ways ba? And then as I grow older, I learned to practice that one, that the only way to be happy is to always say yes. But not necessarily when I started to, mature, I learned to say no from the things that I don't really want to because it takes my time, it takes my quality time, and it takes away my happiness. I learned to say no in terms of friendship. Like, I let go of people that doesn't deserve my energy and positivity and just focus on the few people or folks that I consider family in that way, I was able to achieve a long-lasting friendship. Apil na kaday, iring lang.
Wow, charot.
Sarah. Charot ra. Kapit na akong birthday day, charing. Lagi, and then career-wise, sad. Sometimes they always associate you that if you're a nurse, you need to go for a higher position in order for you to be a successful one. But in contrary, sometimes those people that stick to like band 5 baron like that, they are happy and contented as long as they are a practicing nurse. And for myself, I am happy for that, although I am privileged and I am grateful that they see a potential in me to become a senior nurse. But for me, as long as I am happy with my job, that's the best way, or I considered myself successful in ana nga mga ways day. Ikaw, Day?
Yeah, Day, tama gi ka, Day, na it's not a negative thing to say no at all. There are some instances that, as you've mentioned, that you have to say no. It's to show that you value yourself above all, as well as prioritizing yourself as well. Like, I always believe that everything happens for a reason. You know, as in terms of friendship, people will come and go in your life, but they have a purpose in your life. And even if you're in your career as well, like for instance, for the longest time, I kept saying no to become a nurse. But really, God showed me the direction. Really, my purpose or His dream for me is to become a nurse. For the longest time, I kept denying it. It wasn't an easy journey, but once I realized that nursing is meant for me, I persevere and did not give up on it. In terms of friendship with Shaddai, I would say no to friendship if I think it's not healthy for me. Like we are, in our stage of our life where we like few friends that we know, we consider it to be good friends and long-lasting friendship. Before, I would always say yes to any invitation, even if I am tired from work and rather wanted to stay at home, enjoying my own company. Because I don't want to upset people, that's why I kept saying yes at my own expense. Even in relationship, now I learned that it's perfectly fine to say no. It doesn't make you less of a person if you say no. If they are truly your friends, they will absolutely understand and support you. In terms of your dreams, Dai, like you say no in giving up your dreams, isn't it? And you learn not to put pressure in yourself as well. Like no in pressuring yourself and letting go of those things that is beyond our control. Because I believe if it's for you, God or the universe will align and make it happen. And as well as saying no to any temptation in terms of another third party in relationship or even like money, temptation sa kwarta to the point nga mangilad dito ka, mamakak, or even manlamang og tao for your own advantage.
Correct yun ka, Day. Sakto ko kaayo. Ganahan ko sa imong giingon na do not give up on your dreams pa. And then, katupong sa friendship yun nga kanang dili nang buta mga high school no para ingon ana pa. So be it. Come and go ra gid ang mga tao. Perfect jud siya, Day.
Nagigid that maugid siya, Day.
Yeah.
Maugid siya.
So, Day, like in what situation that you tried saying no and people like mistook it negatively?
Daghan siya instances, Day, pero one thing that I can remember, like in a larger group, if you say no to an invitation like a night out or a party or even like going on a day trip, some will take it as you are not being a friend. Then they suddenly stop communicating with you or even inviting you, which is fine with me. I am at this point of my life where I enjoy and happy and contented in a small circle of friends or even in my own space. How about you, Dai?
I think nalapod ko i-add on, Anas, no? True gid na day na sometimes, no, this, as you said earlier, people come and go. We meet people, casual, but this is how you test good and mature friends or individual. Like, if ever you say no sa mga laag, gani, those people that I cannot understand why magluod sila or malain sila. Sometimes you will say no and then just because you say no, lain na dayon ang tanaw nila sa imuha, like you don't give priority to them. Dili jud na ingon ana. They should know that we all have lives. We all have different priorities in life. It doesn't mean that I say no to something that I don't consider you as a friend. As a matter of fact, if I say no and then you understand it better because I'm not really 24/7 with you, that means to say that you are really a mature individual, that you understand that person is also busy. Ana gani? Wala na kuha na ang mga tao nga it's so, for me, it's so petty, it's so high school, kaayo na mangluod pa. If they say no, that means, okay, fine, say no lang. Kanang college nga, human o kanang skwela, magdungan na din muglaag. It's not the same as before kaya. So they should understand that one.
That's so true, Dai. So, Dai, why are we saying no is the yes and the best decision for our well-being?
Yeah, nindot siya, Dai, no? Why? Saying no to harsh words on yourself. Like, before, I admit that we have a slimmer body man, no? But now that we've gained weight, do not be too harsh on yourself by saying that, oh, I am too fat already or I am too heavy. There are always like a synonym or a much nicer word to say for yourself, because at the end of the day, kamo man mapayog sa imong self. Pwede ra gyud ka nga moingon sa imong body na I am not heavy, but I just have changes in my body that I embrace it. Ingon ana nga mga simple nga thoughts ba. Because sometimes subconsciously wala ta makakuan, maka-affect man gud siya sa atong self-esteem, which I actually learned that sometimes we need to accept the fact that the only constant in this world is change ra gyud.
That's true.
Stop dealing with what is in the past, but just live in the present, accept it, and just do what you need to do on that day, one day at a time ba. You also need, by saying no, you prioritize yourself, your happiness, and you own up to it. Like, you need to value your time. You need to say also no for toxic people that are controlling, like are controlling, or like immature people, kay makasira silang energy. To be honest, masuko pa sa ilang energy, which I don't have time for that nowadays. By saying no also, you grow in discipline, whether it is financial, whether it is emotional, whether it is personal ba. Ingon ana. Ikaw, Day.
So, as I've mentioned earlier, Dai, and before that as well, true as well, it's like embracing who you are now, isn't it? Because when you're embracing yourself now, you're accepting who you are as a person. Okay, ang physical is just an appearance, but what matters is you're feeding your soul, isn't it? You're maturing, like not just physical, but mentally, emotional, and spiritually as well. So as I've mentioned earlier on, that saying no is not something negative at all for me. Sometimes saying no is the best for your own sake, for your own well-being. Like saying, like this is our takeaways as well, or realization, isn't it? That it is completely okay to say no to unhealthy relationship, unhealthy friendship, and like mingon jud kag tama na gid ni. There's no moving forward, because if it doesn't help you at all, it will just become toxic. And it's okay to say no to a situation that does not make you grow in a healthy way. We need to look after ourselves as well, as what you've mentioned, which is a really good point. To look after ourselves holistically, physically, socially, emotionally, mentally, and above all, spiritually. So, Day, any additional, Day?
Just one statement additional lang, like, saying no will help you live a grateful life. That's what I really learned. And have a peace of mind knowing that you are willing to sacrifice the small rewards and give way to your dreams, your aspiration in life, and what you really want. That's what you call prioritization ba? Na learn bitaw. Like, hindi should mag-no para at least dili ka committed kay ko. Sometimes when you say yes, that means you're just fooling yourself, no? And then at the end of the day, you're not happy.
Yeah, that's true. It's like saying no to all negativity, like whether it's negative thoughts or any negative environment. Because as you've mentioned earlier on, which is very good point you guys today, peace of mind, like something that you cannot buy.
Correct, oy. As in, day, mo ni pinakanindot nga gift na to sa atong self karon.
That's so true. And so at the end of our episode, we always have quote for the day. So, pinaagi sa pagbalibad sa gagmay nga mga panghitabo sa imong kinabuhi, naghatag ka og pagtugot nga unahon ang imong kalipay ug mga damgo nga kanunay nimong gipadapling. Hinumdumi nga unya dili pasabot nga dili na mahitabo.
Yes, hindutoy. In English, by turning down small events in your life, you gave permission to prioritize your happiness and dreams that you always put aside. Remember, later sometimes means never.
Correct. So,
we hope you enjoyed today's podcast and learned a thing or two to become the best version of yourself.
As we always say, every day is a learning.
This is Abby.
And Joy. We are truly
Maka Proud. Till the next one.
See you soon.
Truly Maka Proud.